Lot number 44, we have an antique 19th century black silk two-piece dress with stripes. It's got that black and green stripe on the jacket. Detachable stripe collar that finishes in a bow. Skirt is missing the closure and has some wear on the waist. Other condition issues include small spots on the skirt. What can we start it at?
120.
120, 130, 130, 130, 120, 130, 130, 130. I love the ruching on the bottom, on the hem of the skirt. 120, 130, 130, 130, 120, 130, 130, 130, 120, would you bid on 30? Could you give 130? Could you go 130? 120, 130, 130, 140, 140, 140, 130, 140, 140, 150, 150, 150, 140, 150, 150, 150, 140, would you bid 150? Could you give 150? Could you go 150? 140, 150, 150, 150, 140, 150, 150, 150, all in, all done. 140 now, 150 going once. 140 now, 150 going twice. Last call. And we sold it $140 to live auctioneer bidder. Lot number 45, antique 19th century black silk two-piece dress. This is with the plaid black and green top. Fair condition with some spots and splits in the silk. The bodice appears to be unfinished in the front along the hem and side. And we're also including a black silk skirt with pin tucks, ruching, and a ruffle along the hem and inner velvet dirt sweeping hem. May not be original to this with this blouse. Also in fair condition with several small holes. What can we start that at?
20.
20 now, 25, and 25, and 25, 25, and now 30, but 30, but 30, 25, but 30, but 30, but 30, 25, but 30, but 30, but 30. That bodice is worth way more than that alone, folks. 25 bit 30 bit 30 bit 30, 25 bit 30, 30 now 35 and 35 and 35, 30's been now 35 and now 40 bit 40 bit 40, 35 bit 40 bit 40 bit 40, 35 bit 40 bit 40 bit 40, 35 bit 40 bit 40 bit 40, 35 would you bid 40, could you give 40, could you go 40, 40 now 45 and 45 and 45, 40's the bid, would you bid 45, could you give 45, could you go 45, 40 bid 45 and 45 and 45, 45 and now 50, 50 bit 60 bit 60 bit 60, 50 bit 60 bit 60 bit 60, 50 bit 60 bit 60 bit 60, 50 bit 60, 60 now 70 bit 70 bit 70, 60 bit 70 bit 70 bit 70, 60 would you bid 70, could you get 70, could you go 70, 60 bit 70 bit 70 bit 70, 60 bit 70 bit 70 bit 70, all in, all done. 60 bit $70 going once, 60 bit $70 going twice. Last call. Cheap, cheap, cheap. You got a bargain there. It's sold $60 to the Dana Auctions bidder. Oh, this is just so sweet. 46 antique blue plaid wool two-piece dress. Has an asymmetrical closing on the jacket with long sleeves in fair condition with wear, several small hole spots, moisture discoloration, and the skirt closure is missing, but it's just such a great shape. What can we start this at?
60.
60 bit 70 bit 70 bit 70, 60 bit 70 bit 70 bit 70, 70 bit 80 bit 80 bit 80, 70 bit 80 bit 80 bit 80, 80 bit 90 bit 90 bit 90, 80 would you bid 90, 90 now 100, 100, 100, 90, 100, 100, 100, 90 would you bid 100, could you give 100, could you go 100, 90, 100, 100, 100, think you could, think you should, 100 now 110 and 110 and 110, 100, 110, 110 now 120, 120, 120, 110 now 120, 120, 120, 110 would you bid 120, could you give 120, could you go 120, 110 now 120, 120, 120, 110 now 120, 120, 120, all in, all done. 110 now 120 going once, 110 now 120 going twice. Last call in time. Hello bid square. 120 130 130 130 120 130 130 130 120 130 130 130, 120 now 130 going once, 120 now 130 going twice. Last call. And we sold it $120. That went to the bid square bidder. Lot number 47, we have two vintage girls' dresses with ruffles. Includes the ivory with rose print dress and pink chambray sleeves in fair condition with fading and spots, and a pink chambray dress with ruffle at the yoke, buttons in the back, in good condition with some spots and discoloration. What can we start them at?
50.
15 bid 20 bid 20, 20 now 25 bid 25 bid 25, 20 is the bid now 25 and now 30 bid 30 bid 30, 25 bid 30 bid 30 bid 30, 25 which bid 30, 30 now 35 bid 35 bid 35, 35 bid 40 bid 40, 40 now 45 bid 45 bid 45, 40 bid 45 bid 45 bid 45, 45 and now 50 bid 50 bid 50, 45 bid 50 bid 50, 50 now 60 bid 60 bid 60, 50 bid 60, Matt said he's coming, 50 bid 60 bid 60 bid 60, 60 bid 70 bid 70 bid 70, 60 bid 70 bid 70 bid 70, 70 now 80 bid 80 bid 80, 70 would you bid 80 could you give 80 could you go 80, 70 bid 80 bid 80 bid 80, I have 70 bid 80 bid 80 bid 80, 70 bid 80 bid 80 bid 80, 70 would you bid 80 could you give 80 could you go 80, 70 bid 80 bid 80 bid 80, I have 70 bid 80 bid 80 bid 80, all in all done. 80 bid 90 bid 90 bid 90, 80 bid 90 bid 90 bid 90, 80 would you bid 90 could you give 90 could you go 90, 80 bid 90 bid 90 bid 90, 2 for 1 money folks, very sweet, 80 bid 90 bid 90 bid 90, all in all done. 80 bid $90 going once, 80 bid $90 going twice, last call. And we sold it $80 to live auctioneers, $80 to live auctioneers. All right, this is like super, super fun. This is a vintage green print silk dress, has decorative mother of pearl buttons in the front, comes with the belt, mother of pearl buckle, hand and machine constructed. There are no zippers or other openings. Do you know how you get it on, Kathy?
Not on me.
We were told you put the 2 ounces of silk over your head, raise your arms, and shimmy the dress into place.
It's so soft.
It is very soft. It's just a great, great piece. We did see some dark marks on it after we wrote up the description. They are photographed. It's not that bad. It's in good condition, folks. What could we start it at?
45.
45 bit 50 bit 50 bit 50, 50 now 60 bit 60 bit 60, 50 bit 60, 60 now 70 bit 70 bit 70, 60 bit 70, 70 now 80 bit 80 bit 80, 70 bit 80 bit 80 bit 80, 70 would you bid 80 could you give 80 could you go 80, 70 bit 80 bit 80 bit 80, 70 bit 80, 80 bit 90 bit 90 bit 90, 80 bit 90 bit 90 bit 90, 80 would you bid 90 could you give 90 could you go 90, 90 100 100 100, 90 100 100 100, 90 100 100 100, think you could think you should, 90 100 100 100, 90 100 100 100, all in all done. 90 now $100 going once, 90 now $100 going twice, last call. And we sold it, $90 to the Dana Auctions bidder. Lot 49, we have an antique brown wool print dress, believed to be Mennonite, collected in northern Indiana. It's only in fair condition with fading in some areas, worse than others, small holes, wear to the sleeves and edge wear. The edge is finished in a wool woven tape. There's like large sections of fading on this one. It's kind of disheartening because it's really such a pretty print.
It weighs a ton.
Yeah.
It'll keep
But
you
it's
warm.
gorgeous.
Look at the lining.
Oh yeah.
And
What can we start this at?
20.
20 now, 25, 25, and 25. 20 is the bid now, 25. 25 and now 30, bid 30, bid 30. 30 now, 35, 35, 35. 30 is the bid now, 35. 30 would you bid 35? Could you give 35, 35 and now 40, bid 40, bid 40. 35 bid 40, bid 40, bid 40. 35 would you bid 40? Could you give 40? 35 bid 40, bid 40, bid 40. I have 35 bid 40, bid 40, bid 40. 35 would you bid 40 now 45 bid 45 bid 45. 40 is the bid, would you bid 45? Could you give 45? Could you go 45, all in, all done. I think that's cheap for such a great piece, folks. 45 and now 50. 45 bit 50 bit 50 bit 50. 45 bit 50 bit 50 bit 50. 45 bit 50 bit 50 bit 50. 45 would have been 50, could get 50, could go 50. 50 now 60 bit 60 bit 60. I have 50 bit 60 bit 60 bit 60. 50 bit 60 bit 60 bit 60. 50 would you bid 60, could you give 60, could you go 60, all in, all done. That looks like a larger piece too. That might fit me. 50 bit 60 bit 60 bit 60, 50 bit 60 bit 60 bit 60, all in, all done. 50 bit $60 going once, 50 bit $60 going twice, last call. And we sold it $50 to the Dana Auctions bidder.
Thanks for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe.